welcome to the TWSN YouTube channel. I'm Andrew Little, and today I'm bringing you my 3 keys to the game for both the Chiefs and 49ers in the big game, Super Bowl 58, coming up on Sunday. The NFC, we've got the San Francisco 49ers, and for Kyle Shanahan, the narrative for a long time, it's been they got to get off to a hot start to win. That's slightly been disproven these past few weeks. The Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions had leads on them going in late, but that doesn't change the fact that San Francisco plays best when they get out ahead. We need a hot start from Brock Purdy in this team. They can't afford to repeat a sluggish start because this Kansas City defense is the best one they've faced all postseason. And playing from ahead, it limits the chance for Brock Purdy, who's still a little bit untested, to make those mistakes downfield, against this great Chiefs secondary. In San Francisco, you have a bottom 10 run defense. You don't want Isaiah Pacheco dominating. Patrick Mahomes, yes, you have to worry about him, of course. But if the Chiefs are passing the ball, they're putting the ball in harm's way, and they're keeping this San Francisco pass rush on the field, the secondary. Let the defense make those plays. Don't put the Chiefs in a position where they can ground and pound. Much easier said than done when you're going against a magician like Patrick Mahomes, but it's pressure Mahomes and keep him in the pocket. We know what Patrick Mahomes loves to do with Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. He loves to extend plays, get outside of the pocket, follow where that extra defender is, and then find Kelce or Rice at the last second and move the chains. That can't happen in the Super Bowl. And the 49ers, they utilize stunt blitzes really well. They have an incredible front four. Nick Bosa, one of the best players in the league. Chase Young, the big midseason addition on the opposite edge. And then on the interior, Javon Hargrave, the offseason addition, and Eric Armstead. Those 4 guys, you can move them around the D-line and wreak havoc on Mahomes and make the receivers beat you. Is that something that they've been able to do this year? Absolutely not. So putting pressure on Mahomes, it limits his ability to extend plays and do what he does best. San Francisco against the Chiefs, stay ahead of the chains. It's kind of become a joke that Kyle Shanahan struggles in these big game late situations. When he was OC of the Falcons, giving up the comeback to the Patriots, and then a couple years ago in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, once again, they choked away the lead. And staying ahead of the chains is going to help with clock management. We've seen in the past few weeks that this team's able to play from behind better than we expected, but still, that's not ideal, especially against Patrick Mahomes and this elite defense. So get Purdy in rhythm. You have the league's most efficient offense, but the offensive line, it's a weakness outside of Trent Williams. You got to get Purdy playing in structure. Attack Kansas City in base fronts. Their linebacker unit, not the best. Interior, Chris Jones, you got to worry about him, but get McCaffrey going. And the Ravens, they lost largely because of penalties. I think that's fair to say. 8 penalties for 95 yards. 5 of those were 5-yard penalties. That got the Ravens playing from behind the chains. And, against that Chiefs defense, that was the end of the game. You got to stay disciplined, keep Mahomes off the field. And the Chiefs, they have the highest EPA on blitzes. If you allow Spags to get aggressive, he's going to pick you apart. So make sure that the defense has to keep account for CMC Debo at all times. So first up, breaking down the Kansas City Chiefs, and objective number 1, it's make the big plays. You have Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback the league has seen in a very, very long time. He can make any throw from anywhere, and we've seen throughout the playoffs playing against some very good defense, the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, and recently the Baltimore Ravens. That he's been excellent. He's been putting on a clinic. No turnover worthy plays so far this season. Can he keep it up? That is the question. And really the issue for the Chiefs has been their receiving core and some of the downfield drops. Kadarius Toney, obviously, he's cost them some games with drops. MVS has been a little bit inconsistent. And also it's been the penalties. Second most holding penalties in the league last week, or 2 weeks ago against the Ravens. A 33-yard touchdown to Rashee Rice got called back because of a holding penalty. Against the 49ers, that's not going to cut it. This is a defense that takes advantage of any opportunity you give them. This team has to make the big plays. And key number 2 for the Chiefs, it's ball production in the secondary. That's the strength of this defense. Trent McDuffie, excellent this year. L'Jarius Sneed, they've got a great secondary. And Peter Schrager has had a video from the beginning of the year going around. He predicted the Chiefs to beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl based off a pick 6 from Trent McDuffie. I'm not going to go that far to make a prediction, but I think he's really important in the slot. And Brock Purdy, he has a 3.5% turnover worthy play percentage this season. That's right in the middle pack of the league. He isn't afraid to throw it downfield and put the ball in harm's way. So the Chiefs have to take advantage. And you've got Chris Jones up the middle with a pretty favorable matchup against John Feliciano, Colton McKivitz, this 49ers interior offensive line. You should be able to get pressure with 4 or 5 guys, and Brock Purdy's going to put the ball in harm's way once or twice this game. Got to take advantage. And this final key to the game, it's the most important for the Chiefs. It's getting first down stops, and that's much easier said than done when you're going against Christian McCaffrey and a Kyle Shanahan offense. But the 49ers, they're practically unstoppable when you face them with, second and short, third and short, because you have CMC, you've got Debo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk, Brandon Ayuk, even Brock Purdy's legs. It's very difficult to play defense against that. They utilize more personnel groupings than any other team. They love to mix it up. And when you get 4, 5, 6 yards on first down, that happens. And the Chiefs, 27th ranked run defense in the league. They got to get stops early. And again, that's difficult. CMC, the best back in the league. And this Chiefs defense, their secondary is their strength. Like I've mentioned, Steve Spagnuolo, had been forced to play a lot of base defense this year because the run defense has struggled. If you can get the 49ers to stop, get some stops on first down, force them to spread things out on second and third and long, that's when you can get more DBs out there, apply pressure. And that's really where this defense causes problems. We saw it last week against the Baltimore Ravens. Got to get some first down stops against CMC in this lethal San Francisco offense. My 3 keys for both teams, just to recap: Chiefs, big plays, got to make them happen. Get the ball production in the secondary. Keep an eye on McDuffie, and then first down stops. Do not let McCaffrey get ahead. And then for San Francisco, hot start. We've seen what's happened these past 2 weeks. Don't be sluggish. Number 2, pressure Mahomes. Keep him in the pocket. We know how electric he is. And then 3, stay ahead of the change. This helps with clock management. This limits Mahomes' ability to beat you. That's how you win the game. And so let me know, what are your keys to the game for both teams? Who do you have winning? Personally, I've got the 49ers. I'm going to say 28-24. I think we've got another really competitive game. 2 of the best teams in the league. Should be a fun one. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to the YouTube, TWSN, leave a comment, and appreciate your support.